The concept for the apple came about through me and a friend, Luke, finding a 100-year-old apple tree on the property. And the idea was that an apple had fallen from the tree, hit the ground and rolled along. And at some point it hit a stone which threw the apple into the air. And upon impact, the apple had split perfectly into two. And at that point, the action was frozen. I can remember the day when I received the commission, and actually drove away from the property, and it was really hard to contain myself. I realised I had an amazing chance to do this sculpture, but it didn't take long, probably a couple of hours, for the excitement to die down, and then the sudden realisation is that I didn't know how the hell I was going to build it. I'll use this stone for this piece because it is a local stone and it's something that I'm very familiar with. I work with this stone as a stonemason, so I have a great understanding, and I knew that I could push it to its absolute limit. I mean, I have to say there's probably at least 700 hours in the making of it. It weighs approximately 11 tons. 6 ton of that would be stone, 5 ton would be steel and concrete. And there's approximately about, I'd say, 3,000 pieces in it, which also, I used a local, an old roofing slate, which was deemed unusable for roofs, so it was a nice green Indonesian slate, about 80 years old, and that enabled me to put some beautiful thin straight lines in the piece. It made it a lot easier to use schist because it's sedimentary, even though it's a metamorphic rock, it has layers, and the layers are easy to split. So you can easily form a flat platform for the next stone to sit on, and therefore you can keep the stonework really tight. And that way, the form was a lot easier to make. If I'd have used a harder, rounder stone, let's say for instance like a river stone, you would never obtain the form. You would lose the form in so many places, and I wanted to get it as exact as possible. That was the whole point. It had to obviously be a split apple. Talking about the fact that we're filled with creativity, that is, to me, that fact is an undeniable one. Although we spend probably most of our lives suppressing it, I know I do. But once you let it free, it's amazing what we can do. It really is.